It was just a perfect storm of ruining my hair. Buy my merch so I can afford more deep conditioner to try out.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I do too much. I like hair, talking, cosplay, music, art, and stuff.
Hi, I'm Danielle, your resident weirdo who's broiling at the moment. Welcome to the weirdness. If you can hear a fan, not this one, but that big box fan I have over in the corner, that's just your life today. It's too hot, baby. It is, hold on, it's 82 degrees in my room. Gotta run for shelter, gotta run for shade. It's too hot, baby. And before we get started,
I have shirts. Do you want to buy one?
they say, welcome to the weirdness.
Check out the link in the description box.
And I think under the video too, they come in white and black, and I'm going to do some hoodies soon as it stops being 82 degrees in my room.
So I sure do hope you buy one.
So today's video is all about everything I did wrong. Consider this whole video a cautionary tale of what not to do if you have natural hair, or even if you don't, but especially if you have natural kinky hair. Alright, first things first, this is Fluffnugget. Fluffnugget is my head of hair. She is 4C everywhere, very kinky tight curls, high porosity, medium to sparse density, and fine strands. Fluffnugget is a very good girl, and I appreciate her for sticking with me all these years. And at Fluffnugget's peak, so far, she looks like this. So yes indeed, gone are the days of the once glorious Fluffnugget. We will rebuild. However, this was a very long process. The process started in 2018. I had a fight with my significant other at the time, blow dried my hair with no heat protectant, and it promptly broke off, and then it just never stopped breaking. However, it is not only the fault of that little hairdryer on that fateful day. The reason Fluffnugget was so damaged and so sparse and just so hurt was all my fault. And here's a list of reasons why. Let me just take a few of these. Am I right? Am I right? First things first, when Fluffnugget first got damaged, I didn't trim. And I didn't trim even when I knew I needed to trim. At that point, I needed to cut my hair. And I just never did. And I dusted the ends, I took off a bit of the damage, but it just never quite was enough to actually make a difference. Because it wasn't heat damage. My hair after that happened, it straight up broke off. But I think it's just, it made it drier. And my hair is already naturally dry because I have natural hair, but I also have the kinkiest of natural hair. I have 4C kinky hair. So I took dry hair and dried it. I took into consideration other factors in my life that have led to my extremely dry hair. Because if you haven't seen my haircut video, you definitely should. Here it is. Click on that and then come right back to me, babe. It is wildly dry in my room. It is wild. It's wildly dry in my apartment, but my room in particular is extremely dry because when this camera goes off, every possible fan, I own 2 fans, I own 6 hand fans. I would go get them, but I would break into a sweat. I have a giant box fan, I have a cylinder fan that oscillates, I have the air conditioning that I wish I had 6 vents in here, but I have a giant window right here and a patio right there. So it's just most of my walls, oh my god, 2 of my 4 walls are windows. So love the natural light, hate being cooked. So not only is the sun trying to kill me at all times, to combat all of the heat that generates, I try to blast the AC and turn on my fans and get some air circulation in here because it is unreasonably boiling in here. And so that makes for a very dry room because the sun is always in my room, or the AC is always in my room, or both. And having already dry hair that I dried out and then moving in here, dried it out even further. It's pretty dry right now too. Oh boy. Then on top of that, I didn't compensate with the lock method. Looking back on everything, it makes so much sense why my hair wasn't heat damaged, it was just dry. In my haircut video, my lovely professional hairstylist Constance determined that my hair has no heat damage, it's just unreasonably dry, extremely dry, like hard to the touch. Like my hair used to be soft and now it's kind of like a sea sponge. That's not good. And then on top of that, I also don't drink enough water, so I was dry on the outside because of the sun and the fans and the fans and the fans and the AC. I also am not a hydrated human. I hate drinking water. I should be drinking 3 to 5 of those a day. I was drinking maybe 1 a day. That's bad. Of course, now that I've had a professional weigh in on things and ask me the questions that I never thought to ask myself, like what is my environment like, what's my water intake looking like how often do I do the lock method, things of that nature, like things that I never really questioned myself, like they seem done now, because you're watching a video of some very organized thoughts. You running around paying your taxes, getting to school, doing your homework, you ain't thinking about, well, how many botellas de agua have I drank today? Like, no you ain't. And if you are, good for you, but you're not me. Another factor was one that my commenters actually brought to light. I didn't think of this, but a lot of you guys were suspicious of the curl formers and the wave formers and how often I used them. And while when my hair was healthier and thicker, and just generally just a happier fluff nugget, oh yeah, she could take curl formers like every day. But after it became more brittle, I don't think that was a good plan for her. Once she became more open to the elements, I think that wasn't so much heat damage, it was just dryness, and then the dryness just continued into like all the way down to the root. Because of general neglect and my new environment, it was just a perfect storm of ruining my hair. So the curl formers and the wave formers were too much for my thinner hair because so much of it is broken out because of neglect and dryness in general. So there were less hairs to just kind of counteract the weight and the stress of the formers on my follicles. Like, I think it dried my hair out like every night, basically. Oh, and if you've seen the hair cutting video, you know what the result was. So like, dagnabbit. And then finally, I see some of these comments and I know they're coming from a good place, and that is so wonderful. I have such a beautiful and lovely and like genuinely trying to help me community, and I cannot express how sweet that is. But I do see lots of comments of, you should handle your hair less. And while, I mean, yeah, probably, but also I have a natural hair channel on YouTube. Like, I have to touch my hair. And while I will be protective styling, I hope you guys are ready for some other than natural hair content, because I gotta put this girl away. But for the most part, I really enjoy doing natural hair content on this channel, and most of you guys are here for the natural hair content. So, if I want to eat, I have to touch my hair. But I do recognize that that is an excellent observation, and my hair, Fluffnugget, would do very well from me just not touching her. Like, I just need to chill out on the fluff. Don't F with the fluff. Let me stop. In combination with everything else, it was just a perfect storm for Fluffnugget to perish. And that's how I ruined my hair. Subscribe. buy my merch so I can afford more deep conditioner to try out. Ask yourself these questions, maybe consider the products you're using and what frequency, what order, experiment with your hair. I'm going to be doing a lot of that because I'm trying to get some goodness back into my strands here. I'm going to be doing Star Puppy versus dryness and trying to figure out how I can best moisturize my hair. But thank you for tuning into the weirdness. Please like this video to show that you appreciate the weirdness, and subscribe to join the weirdness. Obviously, hit that bell for notifications so you're always early to the weirdness. Buy my merch to take a piece of the weirdness wherever you may go, and follow me on Instagram to see all the weirdness in between. This has been me, Danielle, your resident weirdo. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Star Puppy signing out. Say it with me now. Star Puppy. Away!
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.